This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday, this little Friday Eve, I think is what we like to call it these days. Hi, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. Now, are those eclipse glasses you're wearing?
Oh, yes. Let me tell you all about them. I'm going to be able to see the eclipse totally with these.
How are those going to work? Let's get more on these. Now, John, did I understand that there might be some clouds that might hinder the effect of the eclipse on Monday?
Yeah, you know what? We have been in a weather pattern that's been kind of atypical for this time of year. About 30% of the time we see this sort of a weather pattern, which is we get a coastal shower during the morning. We develop a westerly wind flow, and most of the activity is in inland areas drifting toward the east in the afternoon. Well, by Monday, yes, that pattern will reverse to a more typical pattern where we see the thunderstorms build in inland areas, then in the afternoon kind of drift back toward the coastline. So we will probably be battling a few clouds. Locally, not much in the way of cloud cover around this morning. We'll have a beautiful start to the day with a few scattered showers later in the afternoon. All activity currently offshore. Look for a daytime high near 90. Complete forecast coming up in a few minutes.
John, checking first alert traffic. Now looking pretty good right now in Manatee County. No major issues to report at this hour of the day. Farther south, well, the Bayfront has the only cautionary strip right there. Otherwise, pretty good. And South County, checking that out. A couple problems, nothing major, at almost 6:02 on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this morning, we're learning new details after a 15-year-old boy is life-flighted to All Children's Hospital in St. Pete after being hit by a car while riding his bike to school.
This is the third time in 3 days that students have been hit by cars in Sarasota County. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick live now from the Pineview School with more on the incident. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Troopers say the teen was trying to cross Old Venice Road right out front of the school when he was hit by a car yesterday morning. Troopers are now asking both students and drivers to pay extra attention as you head to work or school this morning. For those students riding their bikes to school, troopers are asking that they always wear a helmet and, of course, look both ways before crossing any street. Children are also asked to dismount their bikes when crossing the road. Troopers say students should always be crossing at a safe spot, which means an intersection or a crosswalk. Drivers, as you approach a school zone or even a bus stop, troopers are asking that you look around and pay attention as students are walking and riding their bikes to and from school.
As a child, they should be following the directions of the sidewalk and following in the direction of traffic. However, these are kids, and quite frequently, they are not doing this. So it's our responsibility as the adults, as the driver, that we're looking out for them. And that way, the kids will safely make it to school, and then you're going to make it to your destination without incident.
Troopers say that the teen that was hit on Old Venice Road here was not wearing a helmet yesterday morning. He is in serious condition this morning. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you, Jess.
Now to the latest from Charlottesville, Virginia, where hundreds of people gathered overnight, marching for peace and holding a vigil for the woman who died when a car plowed into a group of counter-protesters at a white nationalist rally.
This show of peace comes after more fallout for President Trump in response to his comments on shared blame in Charlottesville. ABC's Emily Rao has the latest.
But still, like dust, I'll rise.
Less than a week after chaos and hate filled the streets of Charlottesville, hundreds gathered once again. But this time, in the name of peace.
We're here to take back the lawn from this student generation.
The candlelight vigil after an emotional memorial for Heather Heyer, the 32-year-old woman killed in that horrific car attack.
No father should have to do this.
Heyer's father and mother speaking out.
They tried to kill my child to shut her up. Well, guess what? You just magnified her.
The show of support coming as President Trump continues to lose backing from the business community.
I think there's blame on both sides. You look at both sides. I think there's blame on both sides.
Those comments setting off another wave of backlash. Trump, who sold himself as the businessman president, forced to shut down his major business advisory councils amid an exodus of corporate leaders. A key advisory council of top CEOs from powerhouse companies like Pepsi, GE, IBM, and Walmart even voting to disband, informing President Trump, who quickly tweeted, "Rather than putting pressure on the business people of the Manufacturing Council and strategy and policy reform, I am ending both." Thank you all. The CEO of Apple announced a $1 million donation for 2 different civil rights groups, telling employees that he disagrees with President Trump's comments. Emily Rao, ABC News, Washington.
Developing overnight, White House advisor Steve Bannon condemning white supremacy after the Charlottesville violence. He reportedly said the group is a, quote, collection of clowns. Bannon was previously an editor for the far-right news website Breitbart. A source close to Bannon says he didn't believe he was being interviewed when he made that comment.
Well, the violence in Virginia likely led to a controversial decision by one of the largest universities here in the Sunshine State. The University of Florida says white nationalist leader Richard Spencer is now not welcome to speak on campus. Spencer's National Policy Institute wanted to rent space at the university for an event on September 12th, but the school denied that request yesterday, saying the event would cause major safety concerns.
The First Amendment does not require us to risk the violence and bodily injury of our students, faculty and staff, or other citizens in pursuit of free speech.
UF President Ken Fox says the request is also being denied due to calls for similar violence in Gainesville on social media.
It is 6:06 now. Newly discovered photos may have new clues about the whereabouts of that Malaysian Airlines flight. Satellite photos taken less than a month after the flight disappeared in 2014 show dozens of objects floating around the potential crash zone off Australia. Officials say it's unclear if any of the objects are from the aircraft. MH370 vanished while flying from Malaysia to China. 239 people were on board.
An update now on leaked surveillance footage showing a mass shooting at a Florida airport. Broward County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Dingman has been charged with copying a videotape of the January shooting at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport and then giving it to TMZ. That video shows Esteban Santiago fatally shooting 5 people and wounding 6 others. Investigators say Dingman used his cell phone to record the video from a sergeant's computer before sending it to TMZ.
New developments involving a Florida man accused of plotting to bomb a Jewish center during Passover last year. This man, James Medina, pleaded guilty to a federal hate crime and a charge of attempting to use a weapon of mass destruction. The FBI says Medina admitted to planning to attack a Jewish center in Hollywood, Florida. He was arrested after approaching the center with a fake bomb that was provided by an undercover FBI informant. FBI recordings show Medina allegedly supported ISIS and claimed an obligation to attack Jews in the U.S. A Clearwater politician has entered the race for Florida governor. Republican State Senator Jack Latvala kicked off his campaign yesterday in South Florida. He then traveled to Pinellas County and then up to the Panhandle. Busy day. Latvala is the second major Republican to declare his intention to run, besides the more conservative candidate, Agriculture Secretary Adam Putnam. The election is set for next year.
The future of Florida's newly appointed chief financial officer is up in the air. Jimmy Petronis has started a political action committee, but says he still has yet to decide if he will run for the cabinet office next year. Petronis attended his first cabinet meeting as CFO yesterday, briefly discussing his future.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm praying about it. I'm talking to my family a lot, but you know, I'll make a decision real soon.
Governor Rick Scott appointed Petronis back in June to finish the term of former CFO Jeff Atwater, who resigned to take a position at Florida Atlantic University. So far, former Democratic State Senator Jeremy Ring is the only candidate who has formally entered next year's race for CFO.
The Powerball jackpot has climbed to over $500 million now. No one won Wednesday night's drawing for the $430 million prize. So the new $510 million jackpot would be the 8th largest in this country's history. This is the 19th straight time the drawing had no winners. The multi-million-dollar payout has been growing since June 10th. Winning numbers will be tried again on Saturday.
Might have to go get a lottery ticket this time.
Yeah, imagine all the eclipse glasses you could buy if you want.
We would be able to pay that price on Amazon.
By Sunday, it might only be 1 or 2.
I know.
So the way they're going up in price on Amazon.
We need to make a deal that if one of us wins, we're sharing it with each other.
All right. Sounds good to me. I'll do that.
All right.
I'm in.
Watch me win, and then I have to share with you guys.
One of us has to buy a ticket first. That's the problem.
That's the thing. Can't play if you don't buy a ticket.
That's what I say.
Got some showers in the forecast for you. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Also, still have the latest on first alert traffic in the area, and a parking lot in Manatee County is dealing with a big problem.
We'll tell you how drainage issues led to this massive pothole when we come back.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me. Oh, they're playing my song.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Manasota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Manasota Flooring today.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Thanks so much to the good people who have sent in sunrise pictures to John Scalzi, ABC 7. I love to show sunrise pictures, as I think in a lot of ways they're more impressive than sunsets frequently. Laura Wachowski, thank you so much for sending this one in from Bradenton. Gorgeous colors reflecting off of the waters there. Love that shot. 78 degrees current air temperature. We have a dew point value of 75, making it feel kind of sticky. Calm winds currently and a few fair weather clouds. Other than that, things are pretty quiet across the Suncoast. Temperatures most everywhere coming in the double-digit sevens in inland areas, and then closer to the coast, closer to 80, a few degrees warmer. Not much variation between inland temperatures and coastal regions. We have a very light easterly wind developed, kind of a land breeze, taking showers and pushing them out into Gulf waters. Today, again, we're going to develop a westerly wind flow. It's going to be a light westerly wind flow. Our wind's somewhat variable today. Those westerly winds will cause showers to build in inland areas where right now there are none. In fact, nowhere over land are we seeing any activity really, just kind of close to shore. But again, those showers are moving further out to sea where they will eventually just die out. Might see a pop or two of lightning from a few of those storms out in the Gulf, though, giving a little bit of a lightning show to the morning sky. High pressure remains the dominant weather feature for us, having built into the Atlantic. Gert continues to press further out into the colder waters of the North Atlantic, where it will die out over the next 24 hours. And the tropics remain active. This high pressure ridge will slowly start to lift north over the course of the next several days. And it will eventually establish an easterly wind flow once again, which is typical for this time of year, or a southeasterly wind flow. And that will bring showers and thunderstorms from inland areas, where they will be most prevalent today, and sling them back toward the coastline beginning on Monday. And that's a typical pattern for us, kind of a return to a typical pattern, since it's been somewhat atypical weather this week. Sun cloud mix, afternoon thunderstorms, and we are watching the tropics very carefully. A little bit of drier air indicated here by tan colors will move closer toward the Suncoast as we head into the next couple of days, slightly reducing our rainfall chances. But it won't last long. It'll be in and out pretty quickly, and then we'll start to see the moisture increase again. Today, up the rain chances just a little bit, and we'll see some showers develop along our sea breeze front developing early on, and then by afternoon everything kind of moves inland, but we could still see some pretty good activity closer to the coast as we head into the evening hours. All of this moving toward the other coast. So, you know, today I think the rainfall coverage will be kind of a little more typical for this time of year. Just the storm motion might be a bit more erratic and less defined than we might normally see on a typical summer day. So the tropics are busy. We have, of course, Gert, not really a player, heading up toward Iceland, actually, at this point. And then we watch a couple of tropical lows. These waves have a good potential of developing. The first one, although it's on a forecast track that'll carry it south of us and really not be a terrible concern to the state of Florida. It's really the second one, a little further out, now given about a 40% chance of development 5 days down the road, that we'll have to watch. Model clusters are becoming very centered on the Bahama Island chain 5 days out. Now, I will tell you this storm will have to fight some stronger upper level winds and some drier air the further north it lifts. So the chances of any kind of long-term development are reduced by those factors. Still, we'll have to keep an eye on it and know where it is as we head into, especially the second half of the weekend. I think that's when things will become a little more critical in terms of knowing exactly where it is. Right now, we'll look at a 40% chance of showers today, reduce the rain chances a little bit Friday and Saturday, bump them back up on Sunday as we return to a more typical summertime pattern of inland showers early in the afternoon, drifting back toward the coastline later in the afternoon, starting on Monday. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at your first alert traffic this morning. Looks like 301 heading northbound, seeing some more cars on the roadway, as well as State Road 70 heading east and westbound. Also 41 heading to Cortez Road, seeing some more slowdowns. I-75 looking clear, so that's a good alternative. Bee Ridge Road and Clark Road in Sarasota, seeing some slowdowns also down towards the Bayfront. If you're heading throughout that area, keep that in mind. And South County looking pretty clear, 619 on your Thursday morning. What started as a small crack in a Manatee County Plaza parking lot has now grown into a massive pothole.
Yeah, business owners in the plaza have been dealing with it now for a while. As our Bo Beth Yates tells us, the problem may soon be fixed.
This parking lot is filled with holes exposing the ground underneath. It happened when a drainage pipe collapsed, but that was over a year ago, and area businesses and residents say things are only getting worse.
Every customer asks, when are they going to fix it?
Eric Grimes owns Vandergraaf Cortez Coins. The company is located in Cortez Plaza East in Bradenton. From the road, the plaza looks like any other. But when you get closer, you notice something went terribly wrong.
We know that it's a drainage pipe, that it's like a 6-foot culvert that collapsed.
The pipe collapsed in fall 2016, creating the first set of holes. After some back and forth, repairs were finally done in July 2017. But just weeks after those fixes, Tropical Storm Emily came through the area, producing 4 to 6 inches of rain and created several more holes.
The whole thing, the whole parking lot's above a sinkhole. It's not safe.
According to officials, the entire plaza does not sit on a sinkhole. Representatives from Franklin Street Management Services, a third-party company overseeing the repairs, says when the drainage pipe originally collapsed, it washed away some of the ground underneath sections of the parking lot, and heavy rains have continued to erode those areas, causing several other small sinkholes and widening the older ones. But in a statement, Manatee County says the problem will soon be fixed. The property owner is ordering additional material to make the remaining and additional repairs in the next several weeks. But while they wait for the repairs, those who work at the plaza say business is suffering.
Of course, less people coming because they think it's dangerous to be around it.
A lot of customers they'll try to find us, and then when we start telling them which directions they have to go and all the detours and stuff, they just don't even come.
In addition, with the drainage pipe out of commission, area residents say they're now experiencing heavy flooding whenever it rains. Beth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, almost time to show more back-to-school pictures up next, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Also, still had Good Morning Suncoast. A woman is rescued after living for weeks in the Alabama wilderness.
We'll have more. She speaks out for the first time since coming home when we come back.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if your loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
Some of our own. There's our little Jess Dowdrick, our live reporter at 6:30 when she was a little girl.
You may recognize her there. I think that smile is still the same in those eyes as well.
Up there in York, Pennsylvania, around that area.
How cute.
Also, there's one of our photographers, Sammy Chido.
You know, she actually went to Southside Elementary School here in Sarasota, so she was telling me she still has her handprint on the wall out there.
Cute.
So.
We were wise. We showed our pictures last hour so you wouldn't see them.
Yeah. But I am going to post them on social media. So if you head over to my Facebook page, Jacqueline Matter, I'm sure Ray will probably try to embarrass me and share mine as well. So.
Absolutely. You won't want to miss that little blonde-haired girl from California.
Yeah.
So check out our Facebook pages later on to see our back-to-school pictures right there on the Facebook ABC7 page.
That's right.
6:25 now on your Thursday morning.
A woman who survived for weeks in the woods of Alabama now telling her story this morning on Good Morning America.
ABC's Steve Osanami has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, 25-year-old Lisa Theris says she's lucky she's alive. She has scars like these all over from the thorns and the bug bites in the woods, and she says the poison ivy still stings.
It was all about finding a road or finding a person.
Theris and her father showed us the walking stick she found that helped her make it out of the forest last Saturday.
Yeah, it helped me out a lot.
She'd been missing for 25 days when a woman driving down a country road saw what she first thought was a dead animal and called police.
I couldn't even hear any cars the whole time I was out there until the end.
Do you think that you were drugged?
It would make sense, but I'm not sure.
You don't know?
I don't know for sure.
What do you think?
I think I heard that maybe so.
And we'll have more on this story coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Steve Osanami, ABC News, Troy, Alabama.
Your glasses reflect your style. Since you have more than one, why settle for just one pair of glasses? At VisionWorks, when you buy a pair of glasses, you get a second pair at no additional cost. VisionWorks. Shop in store or online.
Day after day, we soldier through, overworked and under fire. What if there was a place to declare peace and comfort that helps cool and cradle every curve? The Serta Eye Comfort Sleep System.
First, they're sour. Then, they're sweet. New Sour Patch Kids Tropical. Sour, sweet, gone.
Maria's always on the go, taking over 7,000 steps each day, and she does it in any shoe she wants, with lasting comfort. Only Dr. Scholl's stylish step has insoles that are clinically proven to provide all-day comfort. Dr. Scholl's, born to move.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace, two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Player Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see arsenic and old lace.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice, choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, just days after school gets underway, 3 students across the Suncoast have been hit by cars. We'll have a live report from the latest accident site in Osprey.
Plus, the latest on a major project proposed for Sarasota Bay and Manatee County. Dozens of residents begged commissioners to reject the plan.
And caught on camera, a woman steals beer from a Sarasota Walmart twice. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And there we are from the tower camera looking toward the Rosemary District. That's the Lemon, looking toward Fruitville and Maine and Ringling and beyond south there. 6:31 on your Thursday morning. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks so much for joining us on this little Friday. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
Good morning to you. Kind of a quiet start to the morning. I like that, actually. It means the morning commute should be at least not terribly impacted by the weather, so that's a good thing. We're looking at the satellite view showing just a mix of sun and clouds in your forecast for the morning hours. Those clouds gradually drifting offshore indicate a general easterly flow, and the radar echoes follow that flow of air. We'll have probably an easterly flow or a calm flow or a variable flow through the early morning hours, followed by a more westerly flow in the afternoon. That'll take the showers and thunderstorms and force them into inland areas. Daytime high temperature comes in about 90 degrees, and we'll have about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Very active tropics right now. We'll update you on that tropical wave that we continue to monitor coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. The only issue in Manatee County is on State Road 70, westbound, heading toward 301. Otherwise, mid-Sarasota County checking out pretty good right now. No major problems there. And our final map shows us all clear at 6:33 almost on your Thursday morning.
Topping our news this hour, a 15-year-old boy is life-flighted to All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg after being hit by a car while riding his bike to school.
After 3 days of classes in Sarasota County, 3 students hit by cars. Let's go live now to Pineview for our live reporter Jess Dowdrick in Osprey. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Troopers say the teen was trying to cross Old Venice Road right out front of the school when he was hit by a car yesterday morning. Now, troopers are asking drivers and students to pay extra attention as they're heading to work or school this morning. For those students riding their bikes to school, troopers are asking that they always wear a helmet and, of course, look both ways before crossing any street. Children are also asked to dismount their bike when crossing the road. Troopers say students should always be crossing at a safe spot, which means an intersection or crosswalk. Drivers, as you approach a school zone or even a bus stop, troopers are asking that you look around and pay attention as students are walking and riding their bikes to and from school.
So not only is it the responsibility of these children who are on the bikes who have a tendency to make bad decisions, we have to make sure that all of us as adults are paying attention, most certainly in the morning, and then between 2 and 4 o'clock when the kids are getting out of school.
Troopers say the teen was not wearing a helmet when he was hit by the car yesterday. He is in serious condition this morning. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess.
The roads are back open this morning after a fatal crash delayed drivers in Sarasota last night.
FHP shut down lanes on Colonial Drive near Clark Road after a crash that witnesses say involved a pedestrian. It happened about 9 o'clock last night. First responders tried to save the victim's life, but the person was pronounced dead at the scene. No name has been released. And last evening's commute, not exactly smooth for drivers in Manatee County. A pickup truck slammed into the back of a county area transit bus. That MCAT bus was traveling on 6th Avenue East in Bradenton when that collision happened. At least one person was treated for injuries at the scene.
6:35 this morning, and in other Suncoast news, the Aqua by the Bay development project was once again in front of Manatee County commissioners yesterday.
Yeah, this would be thousands of homes in a half-mile-long empty field along Sarasota Bay. And after a full day of emotional public comment, in the end, commissioners decided not to decide. A recap now from our Rick Adams.
Dozens of people had a chance to have their voices heard in front of Manatee County commissioners on Wednesday. Some who support the Aqua by the Bay project and some who oppose it. Larry Grossman stood outside of the meeting with other protesters who are against the project.
It endangers the natural shoreline. 2.5 miles of shoreline, mangroves.
Aqua by the Bay would sit on 529 acres on El Conquistador Parkway near Sarasota Bay. It would feature many homes and buildings of all different sizes. It's a proposed project that has its developer, Carlos Baruf of Medallion Home, very excited.
We believe that it's transformational for this county, and we think it'll be an award-winning community when we're up and running. So we're hopeful that they will approve it.
In addition to environmental concerns, the other big issue is the height of the buildings. Developers say the 4 tallest buildings proposed will be between 95 and 145 feet tall and will sit at least 3,700 feet from any home. Former Manatee County Commissioner Joe McClash has a big problem with the height of the buildings that are being proposed.
Manatee County should be at that unique place that we maintain our natural coastline, and that's what our goals and policies are, and this totally disrupts that.
The Manatee County Planning Commission recently rejected the proposed project. Despite all the hurdles, Baruf still remains optimistic.
Areas of West Manatee County that are not on the water are in decline. And the only way you're going to transform that is by creating a project that drives investment, so people start gentrification of their neighborhoods again.
This discussion will pick up on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And we will watch that one closely. Also, Sarasota County Sheriff deputies arrested 2 men after what they found in their car. They pulled the car over near Selma Street and Vincent Avenue in Sarasota County. During the search, deputies say they found methadone, fraudulent checks, stolen credit cards, 2 notebooks of personal information belonging to other people. Here are the suspects, Eric Prinzalazzo and Jeremy Lorber. Both men were arrested and taken to the Sarasota County Jail.
The Sarasota Police Department is on the lookout for a woman caught on camera stealing twice from a Sarasota Walmart. Take a look. Officers say this woman was spotted stealing beer on 2 separate days. On July 3rd, she was seen with blue hair, and then on July 22nd with black hair. She was also seen getting into an older model Dodge Charger with 2 other people. If you recognize her, you're asked to contact Sarasota County Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. And Sarasota police have also arrested a man for allegedly selling drugs in syringes to day laborers in downtown Sarasota. Undercover detectives say 45-year-old Calvin Butler sold workers in the area cocaine, opioids, and drug paraphernalia. Butler was also arrested by Sarasota police this April.
Our narcotics officers arrested Calvin Butler in April, and he bonded out of those bonded out of jail on those charges. And while he was out of jail, he, during the month of July, conducted 4 separate undercover operation narcotics deals with our officers once again.
Detectives describe Butler as a big mover and shaker in the Suncoast drug community.
There are new concerns surrounding the drinking water in the city of Venice. Last month, an independent website published an article accusing the city of having poor drinking water and a number of policy violations. At the time, the city tested and the water was fine, they said. But to be sure, City Council asked the city manager to hire an outside independent investigator. The city manager pushed back, saying that's too much tax dollars. But now they have since changed their minds.
If we need to go the extra mile to prove to everybody that, hey, we are not in violation, our water's safe to drink, we probably ought to consider doing that.
The outside investigator is expected to cost several $1,000s. Council will talk again about the issue next week. And a good day to drink plenty of fluids if you're outside, right, John?
Yeah, I'm surprised it would cost that much to test the water, because I get offers in the mail all the time about people wanting to come to my house
Isn't that the
test
truth?
the water for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one thing I worry about is in our house, all of our water is put through a filter. Reverse osmosis takes all the stuff out of it and everything.
Right.
You know, it also takes out the fluoride, which has been a proven, fighter of cavities and
Does
such.
all water filters do that?
I don't know.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that they do. I've done a story before when I was in North Carolina, and it said that the disservice of those types of filters is that it does take fluoride out. So
Interesting.
I'm sure there's probably one out there that somebody's made that you could probably get that still puts it in there.
Don't know. We have across the region some changing weather conditions. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your first alert traffic. In Sarasota, daredevil Bello Knock made his return to national TV.
We'll tell you how that fun guy with the blonde cylinder of hair did this time.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812. Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Pretty nice start to the day. 78-degree air temperature, dew point at 75. We're looking at temperatures across the region, which are all pretty comfortable, certainly mild. 76 degrees in Wauchula, 76 in Arcadia, 77 in Mayaca, closer to the coastline, closer to the 80-degree mark. Fairly uniform temperatures, from inland areas to the coastline, varying only by a few degrees, and the reason for that is that easterly wind, which has been kind of light, but nevertheless fairly consistent as well. The east wind kind of pushing a few showers off into Gulf waters, the showers that you see, which are actually kind of populating the Gulf waters right now, are not headed back toward the shoreline. They will die out where they are. Not a big chance of seeing a whole lot of activity along our coastline during this morning commute. In fact, it should be a pretty quiet start to the morning. Weather-wise, mix of sun and clouds. Pretty nice, actually, with more sunshine as we progress through the mid-morning hours. And then, as we head into the afternoon, things might change just a little bit. We will probably see the motion of those showers that we just saw moving from the coastal regions out into the Gulf waters reverse as we head into next week. And we'll see a lot more shower and thunderstorm activity kind of headed toward the coastline. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, gradually drifts northward over the course of the next several days. That's one of the things that's going to establish that easterly wind flow and take those afternoon showers and thunderstorms and sling them back toward the coast. We have seen over the last several days a whole lot of eastward motion in our storms, which is kind of a reverse pattern for summer. But with that high pressure ridge lifting northward, we can pretty much be assured by the time we get to Monday that storm motion will return to what we come to expect in the summertime, which is looking at the skies darken in inland areas, and then those thunderstorms kind of drift back toward the coastline and the more populated areas the later we get into the afternoon. Sun cloud mix for today, though. Afternoon thunderstorms will be around, and we continue to watch the tropics very carefully. Here's a couple of things to note. One, today, as we head into the mid-morning and into the early afternoon, we'll see a few showers pop up along the coastline. Then those showers begin to move inland as they get stronger as we head into the evening hours. There'll still be a few pretty good thunderstorms around as we head into the early evening hours. And then everything drifts toward the other coast as it dies out. We'll notice a few showers along the coastline tomorrow morning, and those showers and thunderstorms should not again be a problem with the morning commute. So very active tropics. We'll go over the things that matter most to us in our forecast. That's these two tropical waves. 60% chance for the first one to develop within 5 days, but it's on a forecast track that carries it very far south of us, so really not a big issue. The second one, however, has a consensus of forecast model tracks. They take these computer models and they just change things a little bit in each model as they run it through time. And all of those various changes are reflected in these model runs, which show a consensus of bringing it right into the Bahamas 5 days down the road. Now, that said, that system is going to have to battle some very dry air. This is the water vapor imagery, and you can see the tan color is dry air, which tends to tear systems apart. And the tropical wave is kind of embedded in an environment of dry air. So it'll have to do battle with that if it plans to survive and develop into a strengthening system. Now we'll see. It's down the road, and you certainly should keep track of the forecast as we head through the weekend, considering where where all of the model tracks tend to take that system with time. Daytime highs in the low 90s, increasing rain chances as we head into next week. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Don. Taking a look at traffic this morning, it looks like Manatee County seeing your normal slowdowns. There is a slowdown on 75 heading southbound as you head in that direction, so keep that in mind. And I-75 looking clear, though, if you're heading throughout Sarasota County, Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road, seeing your normal congestion. South County looking pretty quiet at 6:47 on your Thursday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, the great debate continues. Does medical marijuana really help treat chronic conditions? When it comes to treating chronic pain or post-traumatic stress disorder, 2 new reviews published in the Journal of Internal Medicine found little scientific evidence to support its effectiveness. The researchers reviewed 27 studies and found insufficient support to draw conclusions about whether medical marijuana was helpful to pain sufferers. The results were the same for PTSD, with one study even showing worse symptoms after using marijuana. So I guess that debate continues on. Ray?
All right, thank you, Jacqueline. Entertainment news now. The latest star to head to the Las Vegas Strip, singer Lionel Richie. People magazine says the 68-year-old will take up residence at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. His run starts in late November and runs through March. Tickets go on sale starting this Saturday. Plus, the creator of one of the most popular musicals in Broadway history gave fans in L.A. the chance for some cheap seats yesterday. Lin-Manuel Miranda hosted a special ticket lottery for Hamilton outside the Pantages Theater. The live show can cost hundreds of dollars per ticket, but lottery winners could get 2 tickets for $10 apiece. The crowd was large enough that part of Hollywood Boulevard had to be closed down. And Sarasota's comedic daredevil Bello Knock was back on national TV last night. This is at the Oslo, by the way. Despite being voted off previously after being shot out of a cannon, Judge Simon Cowell gave him a wild card to come back. Well, this time he did the Wheel of Death, but he still didn't get the votes. Bello is a former Time Magazine Clown of the Year and also lives in Sarasota County. You know, after he was shot out of the cannon, He said he was fired twice in one day.
Oh, I know. Well, I saw him shoot out of that cannon, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, he's not going to make it. But he did.
He is such a fun guy. He walks through our newsroom, the whole place starts cracking up.
I know. He is pretty entertaining.
10 to 7 right now. Still ahead, we'll update your day's top local news headlines. And a viral sensation is now a children's book.
We'll tell you about plans for Fiona the Hippo to help teach kids about science when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Discover all the reasons the experts love Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Busiest places to launch a boat on the Suncoast, the 10th Street boat ramp right there in the center of your screen, just north of the Van Wezel, and that leads, of course, out to the Intercoastal.
I'm not quite sure of the scientific name of those clouds, but I would call them fluffy and puffy.
Well, ask that guy to your left. Who knows?
Cumulus, there we go. Not fluffy and puffy.
Welcome back, 6:54 on your Thursday morning.
Well, let's take a look at some of the top stories here on the Suncoast today.
A 15-year-old Pineview student was hit by a car Wednesday on his way to school. He was bay-flighted to All Children's Hospital for treatment. No charges have been filed.
Plus, a Manatee County jury found a man guilty of armed robbery. 25-year-old Trevon Montgomery will be sentenced next month for the incident at a house 2 years ago in Parrish.
And a Clearwater State Senator named Jack Latvala wants to be your next governor. He made the announcement yesterday in South Florida before going to the Bay Area and finishing in the Panhandle.
Our final look at first alert traffic this morning. It looks like there are some slowdowns still on I-75 heading southbound. Also Cortez Road and 41 seeing some more cars on the roadways. The bridges are looking good in Manatee County though. As we head south into Sarasota County, looks like the slowdowns towards the Bayfront have since cleared up, but there are some congestion problems on Fruitville Road heading towards the interstate, and South County seeing some slowdowns on Business 41 heading northbound. John.
Active morning out in Gulf waters, but not so much over land. We have some showers out in the Gulf. So if you're a mariner, be advised that if you're heading out to sea today, you could probably get a few showers through the mid-morning hours. Those showers will start to develop in inland areas for us later in the afternoon, and some of them could be kind of big storms, and the motion somewhat erratic. Our rain chances will go down for a couple of days, Friday and Saturday, but now over the course of the weekend, they'll bump back up starting Sunday.
All right, thank you, John. Interesting transition here. A baby hippo that's become a social media star will be the subject of a new children's book. We told you about little Fiona, born prematurely at the Cincinnati Zoo back in January. She's been bonding with her parents after being nursed back to health, and they've been taking the internet by storm. The book called Saving Fiona, Science, Social Media, and the Story of a Hippo will be out in about a year and a half with profits going to the zoo. Fiona has boosted the zoo's video views to nearly 200 million so far this year.
I think she's adorable. I'm going to buy that book because I love Fiona. She's my favorite animal this year. Did you see her float to the bottom?
Yes,
that was pretty
sink to the bottom is what it looks like.
Yeah. All right, that's our show. Enjoy your Thursday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.